Millions of people across the country marching as we speak against the policies of President Trump.
There is some fake news going around. And I want you guys to know this because I see a lot of people sharing this, including senators. And that brings us to the No Kings debate. This was happening this weekend. No Kings.
Part dieu.
Just to be clear, I'm anti-king.
Well, Tulsa King.
Well,
It's a decent show.
Yeah, he's a decent king.
I like Tulsa King.
okay, fine.
Yeah, and Burger King's also all right.
Not anymore, but
Exceptions don't disprove the rule.
Okay, sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
So as a general rule, I'm anti-king. So you'd think I'd be thrilled to No Kings protest. But here's the thing. Then I found out it was like the implication was that we have kings here. We have a king in the United States. And I'll just sort of give you three reasons as to why that is impossible, but then we'll get through it. Number one, we had an election, which you don't typically have with a king. Number two, before that election, we had this thing with Republicans called a primary.
What's that?
And our candidate won it.
Novel.
And he wasn't even supposed to. And then kind of point number three is, I would argue that we don't have a king. The fact that the silly No Kings protest was allowed to happen everywhere in the country. Don't typically get to do that in a land of kings. You don't typically get to vote for your king and then protest him. I feel like this may be difficult to understand. We figured it out like a long time ago.
I'm your king.
Well, I didn't vote for you.
You don't vote for kings.
It's true.
Yeah. But there's a lot of fake news surrounding this, and I will say some fake news on the right. We do have to fact check this a little bit and give you the correct information. Please do check the references. But here's a montage of all the No Kings protesters fighting tyranny freely in the streets, sucking.
No doubt Democrats and anti-Trump Republicans are riding pretty high after yesterday's absolutely enormous No Kings rally.
I think what we saw yesterday was the rising up of the silent majority, and that term is always misused.
To me, kind of hard to say that 7 million people across thousands of rally sites were insignificant, small, or not representative of America.
Democrats got a real jolt of energy on Saturday with the 7 million people across America in 2,600 localities showing up for the No Kings Day march.
There's about 2 million more people attended yesterday's demonstrations compared to the first No Kings Day in June. They are two of the biggest single-day demonstrations mounted against a sitting president in American history.
What did you take from what we saw yesterday across the United States?
We don't accept kings in this country. And it was a powerful, powerful moment. You yourself, you know how powerful marches are in demonstrating peacefully. And so yesterday I was filled up.
What was his name? I'm sorry, I'm a child.
He was Kangs.
Oh. I thought that we don't want no Kangs.
I believe that's Scrubs, but I don't know. Pretty much, in case you're still not fully grasping it, it was a leftist hissy fit. Also, I don't know if you remember, they made a big deal out of the small, like the model noose.
Yeah.
For it was
couldn't hang a pygmy.
Yeah, they said like it was back.
They said they were
January
trying
6th.
to kill
Mike Pence.
Yeah.
They're going to execute him.
Well, a lot of guillotines. I don't know if you saw this there at the protest. So not nearly as peaceful as you would think.
Oh, geez.
Guillotines were used for the kings, where they would behead them.
In France.
Yeah.
It was considered, actually, which is fun, it was considered the least cruel way to kill someone.
Right. Yeah.
It happened so quickly and so swiftly.
Well, not all
But the key thing is it still is killing.
Yeah.
So you saw a lot of that there at the No Kings, and they were allowed to do so freely. And of course, the media wants you to believe that this is huge. This is a grassroots movement, the likes of which we have never seen. And this clip actually about No Kings in Boston, a horrible city, went viral.
Look at this. Millions of people across the country marching as we speak against the policies of President Trump. This is Boston. Look at that. We'll continue to follow these rallies throughout
Boston
the day
still touring?
here on MSNBC. Wow.
That concert looks great.
Wow. And next thing, like, this is Chicago. Saturday. Even Elizabeth Warren shared this on her X. She shared the footage. She said, Boston has been defying kings since we threw the tea into the harbor in 1773. Oh, really, Miss Warren? We threw the tea into the harbor? Really? We? Which one were you?
Leave it over. One more crate. All right, ready.
Out of my way!
Hey! Oh!
Well, I guess she was.
Stand corrected.
Yeah.
Admonishments if necessary.
That was going to be in Scrapyard, but we took a risk.
Thank you.
So there is some fake news going around. And I want you guys to know this because I see a lot of people sharing this, including senators. There was a claim out there that that image that you saw, the Boston image, was actually from 2017, right? The Boston Women's March. You're seeing a lot of people make this claim, and someone even manipulated kind of grok into saying that the video came from 2017.
Yeah.
But the truth is, there's aerial footage that does show this actually is from the 2025 No Kings protest, and that was confirmed by the BBC.
Which is ironic.
Yeah, do you have that as collage? Yeah, was that the BBC?
Yeah,
right
you
up
had
there?
it, yeah.
Okay, good. Sorry, it's on a small monitor. So a lot of people say, well, why do you trust the BBC? I don't. I don't just trust the BBC, to be clear. But I also don't just trust right-wing influencers, many of whom said that we should include and continue to keep Coca-Cola on Snap, and that we should have unlimited H-1Bs. So there is fake news. It is pervasive on both sides. You shouldn't trust the BBC. But here is a side-by-side of the MSNBC clip and a clip from local news. And it's important to note that there are some temporary installations along permanent, and you can see that the temporary installations are highlighted in this side-by-side. It does seem like this was pretty big and from 2025.
Millions of people across the country marching as we speak against the policies of President Trump.
Certainly, this is a massive event that's taking place here.
Yeah, now that doesn't mean you should trust BBC or MSNBC, but again, the totality here. We also have another reverse angle from a drone shot, which seems to confirm it's real. So this is important because the truth is enough. You don't need to lie. And we've talked. The example that I often point to is George Floyd. Comment below. How many of you believe that George Floyd robbed a pregnant woman at gunpoint? Yeah, that never happened. Now, what did happen was George Floyd committed armed robbery and held a woman at gunpoint, and her toddler was in the house, I believe 3 or 4 years old. That's bad enough. The problem is the truth can't travel anywhere if a lie travels faster, and you do see some bad actors on the right do that because they go, oh, I have to get more clicks than the next guy. Let me just say this is fake. It's a failure, right? This whole thing has been a failure. The No Kings protest. We'll get into the funding. It is AstroTurf. But going out there and simply lying and saying that this is an old image, well, that embarrasses all of us. It ends up being a mark on us being the side that should be relied upon for truth. And I know that me saying this, that this is going to piss some people off. Just to be clear, I know people go, well, I'm not trying to do the bidding of the left. I'm trying to make sure that you are equipped with proper information.
Right.
And clickbait does not lead us down the path of actually having accurate media. As a matter of fact, it disincentivizes that. So if you want us to continue calling balls and strikes and doing the investigative journalism and change my minds and all those things, please do consider, hey, join Rumble Premium. You click that button right there. Mug Club is Rumble Premium. They're one and the same. You still get this wonderful hand-etched mug. You get the whole thing ad-free. You get 100% more of this show and like just thousands of hours each week of exclusive content. It's what allows us to do this. We are actually funded by viewers like you. We don't have to post clickbait and lies. Let's just be honest, lies. And that I always get really aggravated when I see that.
Yeah.
Because here's something else. The left is lying, or at the very least, they're fabricating things without any basis. So let me give you the narrative from the left. They're saying the protests drew 7 million people. Okay, and then you have another fake news sort of rebuttal coming from right, or they're saying on the right, well, actually it was only 650,000. We spent a lot of time researching this morning. I'm going to tell you, both numbers seem to be pulled out of Don Lemon's ass. Like both numbers.
Didn't take much effort either, so yeah.
Yeah. We have no idea is the truth. I guarantee you it wasn't 7 million.
Well, the organizers said it was 7 million. At least that's what MSNBC, I believe, was the one citing the organizers say 7 million people. It's like, first off, who cares? People saw that there were large crowds of people out in cities across America made up of blue-haired old people or, whatever you want to make of it. But
freaks.
If I'm a senator, before I put something out there, I'm like, well, does this matter? Okay, did they actually use this? What am I trying to say by they used a 2017 shot? That there were no people this year when they did something? That's exactly what I'm trying to infer. But that's not true. People saw people in the streets. Fine.
Yeah. Well, this is for the voter, the quote unquote undecided voter. They think, if we say 7 million people are doing it, that means it's a really cool event.
Yeah.
It's an idea that everyone's getting behind. It's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Everyone is in agreement here. Aren't you in agreement? Aren't you cool? Aren't you one of us?
The left is the political wing of peer pressure. It really is.
Absolutely. That's what that is, 100%. It's like, look how many people are into this. Why aren't you? You must be one of the bad ones.
And that's why you see the hemorrhaging take place so fast with the left. When they lose the peer pressure, when young men start veering right, the left has nothing left to use. And so then young men almost all veer right. Because the left tries, hey, everyone is doing this. Look at Green Day. Oh, you don't care about Green Day anymore. Look at MTV. Oh, you don't care about MTV anymore. Look at CNN, MSNBC. Oh, the average viewer is 72 years old. Look at Vox. Oh, you don't want to hear another lispy queer give you some fake history. There are still some people on the left. They don't have any other arguments. That's why they're governed by polls. It's why AOC and Bernie and Elizabeth Warren and Kamala Harris, they won't do interviews with anything other than an entirely friendly audience because their ideas don't stand up to scrutiny. Now, we know what it was not. What is No Kings? Well, it was organized, managed by Indivisible, right? That's an organization. To be clear.
Before, yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty dividing.
That Indivisible is an organization, received about $3 million at least from Soros's Open Societies Foundation. Some other sources for Indivisible, who, by the way, often claim to be nonpartisan, Democracy Forward, Democratic Socialists of America, Human Rights Campaign, which, funny enough, they never actually advocate for serious, more slaves on earth than ever. No word on that. Planned Parenthood.
I heard they were in trouble. I heard they were in financial trouble. They got money to donate now?
Yeah.
I thought I was supposed to feel bad for them.
Exactly. Yeah.
I thought I was supposed to be throwing a fit because abortions are going away.
No, but they have money to get some people on the street, and they clock out at exactly 1 o'clock, just to be clear.
Is that what those dings were when we were circling those buildings? Were those temporary abortion sites in Boston?
They could be.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
No,
that's kind of cool, actually. That's very metal.
The DNC convention. So.
And by the way, you can check out, I do recommend Data Republican, who's been on this show. Data Republican has a thread on X that gives us a breakdown as to the funding, and also, by the way, helps fact check that the picture was from this sort of round of protests. But I will say, it's the big thing. I remember being on Joe Rogan's show a long time ago and him saying, well, the pussy at the Women's March, it still was like the biggest event ever. And his guy, Jamie, argued with me. I was like, well, come on, this is astroturfed.
Yeah.
It still worked back then where it tricked Joe Rogan, and I believe it still tricks his producer, Jamie. I tried to make the case I was there. I was there on the ground. A lot of these people didn't even know what they were doing there. And now, obviously, it doesn't work nearly as effectively. The people who showed up were pretty much one of two categories. Either the nostalgic, hippie, sort of San Francisco retreads, the silver hairs who you see here.
Hi. This is what democracy looks like.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
get away. Oh, democracy is dying.
Well.
No kings. No kings.
Recently, with Charlie Kirk being assassinated,
He's a piece of garbage. Of course we were mean. I am so tired of people saying, oh, but, it's a terrible thing. No, Hitler is dead. I'm glad Hitler's dead.
Okay, E. Jean Carroll.
Yeah, no kidding.
People's needs. Okay.
Isn't that the former HHS secretary?
I don't see color.
That's good. Let's get rid of the liars.
Oh, look, it's one of the minions.
Called Republicans.
I thought it was Simple Jack.
I think they're lying about democracy.
He's going to go steal the moon. Look at him.
For the democracy. And not only that, it's not that they're the biggest liars.
Trying to get Gru to go back evil.
And therefore, they're stealing government facilities to promote their propaganda.
Low energy,
Not a lot of people. The butterflies like butterflies.
Low energy.
Oh, there's the energy.
Oh, boy.
It's the Savannah Bananas.
Oh, this guy.
It's your boy, Steven.
Oh, my guy from
the guy.
It's your
Piers
dog.
Morgan. Walsh.
Joe Walsh.
Yeah. He has the No Kings, and he also has Silence is Violence up in his bedroom where he broadcasts because he's more Republican than the rest of you.
Can't they just say no deportations? Like, at least that would be an honest thing that they're protesting. We don't want to deport anybody. The No King thing is just so ridiculous to me.
Well,
Trump is not acting anything like a
it'll
king.
get even.
I'm protesting gay sex.
Yeah.
I'm pleased to let you know I still haven't had any.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Good for you. You've
I'm
had a
protesting it for me, by the way, not for you.
No. Keep that run going. It's a good. And so you have.
Did you get your 3-day pin?
That was category A. And then outside of the San Francisco retreads, you had your typical leftist, we're not supposed to say, but freaks.
Freak!
Jeez.
Who are you going to kill?
Nazis.
Who do you define as a Nazi?
Well.
What do you mean?
Kill that lice.
In this context, who's a Nazi?
Stephen Miller's a Nazi.
So you're going to kill Stephen Miller?
Oh, wow.
Chance, yeah,
If I had a chance.
Grab a gun. We got to turn around the guns on this fascist system. These ICE agents got to get shot and wiped out.
That's a teacher, by the way.
Well, she teach physical ed?
She's an elementary school teacher. I believe out of Chicago, something like that.
I'm going to tear up the crown.
She's such a phony retard.
No kings.
Well, it's John Cusack. He looks like the Invisible Man.
Upsetting headline for you. When you see something in the news, does it hit you in your gut? Does it hit you in your heart?
It's all upsetting.
Why?
Seeing sort of a fascist authoritarian, seeing that sort of cosplay that the right wing has been fooling around with for so long. Seeing
Cosplay.
it kind of devolve into the real thing is predictable, but deeply saddening.
Speaking of cosplay,
somebody paid for that to be printed.
That's true. ICE agents are bugs?
So that was Uncle Sam hitting ICE agents with a big mallet.
Yeah,
and they were bugs.
They gnats. They're supposed to be lice.
Lice.
Oh, lice.
Like lice?
You don't hit lice.
Like lice. Like ice is lice. Like ice is lice.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder why it didn't change any votes.
That's our tax dollars right there.
Yeah.
Also, something that I find really funny, there like No Kings, you've been told like it was international, which makes you believe that it was less AstroTurf. It was international. So they had no kings in Europe? No, they had to change the name because there are actual kings.
Yeah.
So they changed it to.
Oh, they don't want to upset the king now, do they?
Yeah. We respect the crown. No tyrants. Yeah.
Hey, he's a friendly king.
No dictators. Yeah.
He's one of the good ones.
Hey, what would be another word for tyrant? I'm not going to play that game with you. Yeah. Let's just leave it at no tyrants.
Sort of a monarch type, you know.
Yeah, in Canada, it's like you still have royalty on your money. We had a primary.
That's embarrassing, dude.
We actually had a primary here.
Yeah.
And
well, one side did.
Yeah, exactly. One side did.
Trump is just so good at trolling these people. He is so good and gifted at trolling them because everything they said when he thought he was cheated, when he literally thought an election was stolen out from under him, he left office, he got on Marine One, and he went on his merry way. And he has got them so fixated on this that they can't see anything else that he's doing, it seems. This guy already had the opportunity to be a king.
Yeah.
He just didn't. He just left and walked away.
Here's a genuine question. A genuine question. And I've asked this before, but I want to frame it in now. Let's really be specific. Assuming that you are a citizen of this country or a legal, let's say, green card holder. Okay, you are a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen of the United States. All right? Whether you're a Democrat or Republican. It's October 20th, 2025. What part of your life feels ruled by a king? That's a genuine question. Now, I will tell you this. Under Barack Obama, and certainly under Biden. Under Barack Obama, I didn't like that, for example, we saw increases in marginal tax rates across the board. I didn't like, for example, that the IRS was used to target those in an actual organic grassroots, or the Tea Party. And the difference between No Kings and the Tea Party was formed, the modern Tea Party, under people who are new. You might want to go back and look at this. There was a rant from Rick Santelli regarding the giant, unprecedented spending bill and the taxation that would follow from Barack Obama. And there were protests, and these protests led to picking candidates for the midterms and a red wave. I didn't like that Barack Obama used the IRS to target political opponents. I didn't like that Barack Obama and Democrats tried to go after gun owners. I didn't like that. I didn't like that under Joe Biden, right, they advocated for lockdowns and vaccine mandates and tried to eliminate your options as far as homeschooling. I didn't like that they wanted to make the SUV that would keep your family safer unaffordable through eco taxes. I didn't like the Department of Misinformation that was designed to silence you for speaking out against the government. I didn't like that practicing doctors during COVID were eliminated from Facebook, back then Twitter, YouTube, all at once. I didn't like that Alex Jones, whether you agree with him or not, was deplatformed at the behest of the government. I didn't like that Jen Psaki called on Spotify to remove Joe Rogan. I didn't like that the administration said that it's a great evil to not allow your children to take puberty blockers or go through a sex change, and that it was the government's job to take the children away from you and raise them. I didn't like those things. I didn't like that people were arrested on the beaches of California for surfing because of COVID. I didn't like any of it. I can tell you how our lives were affected. Can you give me any examples? Assuming you're a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen, you might be in a state where you can't abort up until and including birth, taxpayer-funded period, right? You might have to drive to another state if it's after 10 or 12 weeks. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one, feminist whores. Any others? Any others? I literally
you can't overstay your visa anymore.
Okay. But again, we're applying to law-abiding, tax-paying citizens.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I can't think of one. People say, oh, students being... No. Students on student visas being here, defacing buildings, supporting Palestine, Hamas. They're not law-abiding citizens. They are here as a welcomed guest, and they can be unwelcomed.
Ooh, what about Marjorie Taylor Greene's construction company?
Yeah, what about that?
Oh, she needs workers now.
Okay, all right, so there's that.
So there's someone's affected.
Okay, so tariffs on companies that are doing, some businesses may be affected if getting raw materials from hostile nations. I just can't point to, and I'm not just, and I want to sort of put off to the side here. People talk about how the inflation hasn't fully been curbed. Okay, that's true. How we haven't fully fixed employment numbers. They're pretty good, but okay. How we haven't completely eliminated any and all global conflict. That's true. With the peace deals, pretty good start. But as far as a king, your individual rights, and I say this because I've lived it. I've been here on YouTube since 2008, 2006, but politically since 2008. I've seen voices silenced. I've seen people removed. I've seen people targeted through our government. I've always spoken out against it. I see less of that than ever. I see a guy who posted an AI video of poop being dropped on protesters. I can't imagine it. It's the most unkingly thing you can do. It borders on childish, some would say. But tyrannical? I don't, if someone can make, maybe in chat as we go to Rumble Premium, maybe you guys can make the case. Steelman it for me. Please steelman it for me. This is why young men are leaving the left in droves. There's no purpose. Young men, they are innately hardwired to fulfill a purpose. And you know it's true. Let me prove to you how you know it's true. If they weren't, you wouldn't have any man ever sign up for the military. In other words, why are men willing to die for their country? It's because it's the way men are wired. To fight a fight worth fighting. That's what we're wired to do. Where's the purpose in the left? And the only fights they have where there seems to be any purpose are for trannies or women to kill more babies, and men aren't on board with that either. Where's the purpose from the left for young men? Okay, you have the curiosity of a young man. No kings. Great. So what are you? We're protesting. We're rebelling. All right. Okay. I'm a man. That's my natural set. Rebelling against what? You see, ICE, they were deporting people who are here illegally. Yeah, but what are we rebelling against? It seems like Donald Trump, like he doesn't like abortion like a whole lot, but is he giving it to the states? Okay. What am I going to die for? And that's the ultimate irony. Guess what? The left has kind of given a purpose to young men because they've made it clear that if you're impactful enough, you will die for your speech. The reason that young men are turning away from the left is because they find purpose in freedom of speech, and they watched a guy get killed for it. You can't get young men to sign up for a battle to fight when there's no battle from the left. It's just entitlements. It's just gimme, 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 gimme. The no kings are a bunch of entitled suburban shitbags out there wanting free stuff while they openly talk about gleefully celebrating the killing of someone who spoke out against more free stuff. When people say, like, we are Charlie, and sometimes it seems kind of lame, someone saying that with anything, we are, insert whatever. It makes a lot of sense, though. Everyone can actually relate to it because he was a kid who didn't go to college, who was successful, who got on the ground, who engaged with people. And his message was, hey, we can't lose our ability to speak. And he was killed for it. What's the left willing to die for? Healthcare for illegal immigrants? Coca-Cola on Snap? It's something I've been thinking about, and I just don't know that there's any way the left can bring young men back. I really don't know that it's possible. The right would have to screw up and fumble this as badly as the left has, and I think we're a long ways off from that. Oh, you're still here? And you're still watching this on YouTube? You've probably noticed something is missing by now. I'm not here. That's because the Live Daily Show is now streaming exclusively on Rumble weekdays at 11 a.m. Eastern. Tune in there, where nothing is censored.